Today I am making some 3mm inner plates to box up these 32 rails. Oh yeah. First things first, I have tried on Google to get inner plates. The problem is they're all over in the USA. I can't seem to find anything in the UK. Now there are people offering to do it, but they're wanting like 3-4 inch quid for plates. Whereas a bit of steel, 3mm steel here, it's cost me slightly under 100 quid, and a load of card is free. So we're gonna make some stencils up out of card, hopefully, and we're gonna transfer that then onto the steel, and we're gonna cut the steel out. Now at this stage, I don't know if I'm gonna use an angle grinder or a plasma cutter. I have a plasma cutter, but I ain't very good at it, so we'll see. But let's do some CAD or cardboard aided design, as they say, and get these inner plates made up today. So what I have decided that I'm going to do is I'm going to plate from the front cross member back. However, at the minute I don't know where the front cross member is. Well, I do. It is hiding somewhere there. So we've got front cross member, but it isn't. God, that's how it is. We've got the front cross member, but it obviously isn't in the frame. So I've gone online, got some plans for a 32 frame, and I've got to work out where it starts. So from the back of the cross member back is going to be boxed all the way up. But the other issue I've got is I'm going to bob the rear. So bobbing basically means I'm going to chop the rear section of the frame off, which I don't know how the word bob gets on there. Maybe the first person was Bob Geldof that did it. I don't really know, but bobbing is basically shortening the rear of the frame. So the plan is to shorten the rear of the frame. I can't get my words out, it's that cold. And I'm also going to, there's a down, like the frame sits kind of like this at the back, so the cab's there and it sits kind of that angle. I'm going to lift this section up, which means I'm going to have to do something with this kind of area there. So it's kind of structural up until the point where it goes over the axle, and then from the back of the axle back, on mine there's nothing really structural. There's going to be obviously a rear bumper put in, a bar, crash bar. However, it doesn't really need to be boxed at that point. So I'm going to box all the way from wherever this starts, backwards to the back, up and over, and then I'm going to stop there for the time being, and then that's going to allow me to cut and do whatever I need to do at the rear end. So plan is to get a bit of card, try and work out how I'm going to make some stencils with that, and yeah, see what it is. Was absolutely horrendous. Luckily the video cut short, so you didn't have to watch the whole thing, but I can assure you with the amount of cutting discs I went through, it was a long drawn out process. And yes, there was a lot of noise. However, it is midday, so most of the neighbours should be at work, and if they're not, they certainly should be. So we now have something that resembles boxing plates. Now obviously got two of these and two front sections. I've dropped them in and they do need a bit of fettling here and there. However, I can't weld these in yet anyway, so it's kind of pointless in finishing these. Now the reason I can't weld these in is because I need to weld in captive nuts on the rear of the frame rail. So obviously you can see down here, I need to weld them underneath so I can pass a bolt through and screw in. Now that would be great all well and said if I was going to be using the original mounting points, but I'm not, and the reason I'm not going to be is because I'm going to be fitting a roll cage into the fiberglass shell. So why roll cage? A, to make it rigid. B, if someone hits me in a fiberglass body, I'd rather have a roll cage around me. So the plan is to get the frame rails back again as a perimeter frame, so just the frame rails and then the front and rear spreader bar. Just going to bolt those in and then try and get the fiberglass shell back on top, and then that should then allow me to start making a cage out of the CDS as soon as that arrives next week. The plan with that is going to be that I'm going to make the cage roughly inside. We're going to work out roughly where the sections are that are going to bolt to the floor. I'm going to then kind of drill through the body itself and to kind of mark roughly on the frame, and then we're going to go from there. We're going to then modify the frame, get it all bolted, this, that and the other. It's going to mean that the body's going to come on, off, cage is going to have to come in, out. The whole thing's a bit of a long drawn out process, but I want it right and I want it correct. So it is what it is. It's just going to have to be done like that. So plan is now to tidy the garage up quickly and assemble the frame and try and get that body on my own, unless my mate turns up at some point and gives me a hand. So yeah, wish me luck. Well, we're sorted out a little bit. The issue I'm going to have is when I get the roll cage bender in, it bolts into these 4 points here, which means this, at every opportunity, it's going to be completely in the way, and that is really irritating. So, I kind of checked where the cross member needs to be, wasn't sure because it kind of doesn't match any of the plans. The holes are in slightly different places. So, I'm going to work out where the holes are that I'm going to be using, if I'm going to be using any. And then additionally, I can look at the rear end of potentially just chopping the back off. Although annoyingly, I can't do that just yet, because if I do chop the back off, I need to put a brace piece in of some description, because obviously the only bits holding the two chassis rails together at the moment is the front kind of spreader bar here and the front spreader bar at the back. There is literally nothing in between. So as I was explaining earlier about bobbing the rear end, as you can see at the minute, the rear end, the rear of the vehicle's there, and it's a load more chassis going out. Now normally there's a kind of like an oval tank that sits there with a kind of filler spout, but I'm not going to run that because I just hate the look of how they look. Now, no offence to anyone that runs original 32, like each to their own, I just don't like the look of it. The 32 looks so nice, and it just, to me, is spoilt by this ugly tank that sits on the back. So, my tank is going in the boot or trunk, depending on where you're from, and I've got to do something with this rear end. Now, the plan was to chop this section off here and basically section it further back here. So, essentially chopping out a good few inches here and welding that back there. The problem I've got visually and with my OCD is I don't like the angle that comes out with, because that's still going to leave kind of a gap section there. So what I need to do is one of two things. I either need to chop this here, lift it up, and then have the bumper come out an angle, which is probably the easiest way, or the second way, depending on kind of if I'm going full kind of hot rod look with it, is to actually straighten this so it's straight, but then making a filler section here. So essentially making a rear valance, a lower valance that runs all the way across at that depth, which I could probably poke some tasty exhaust pipes through, maybe do some kind of dimple die holes and stuff. I don't really know which way I'm going. If you've got a preference or got any other ideas of how to sort out this ugly monstrosity on the back, drop me a comment below. If you watched this far, massive thank you. In the next video, I'm planning on looking at the roll cage. I'm just going to dive straight in with a heavy fabrication, and we're going to see where we basically end up. I've got no idea. I've got all the gear, no idea. Just see you in the next video. Peace out.